Is Little People, Big World over? How Matt Roloff's feud with Zach Roloff ruined the show. Hi dear beautiful friends. It's America from Motion 44 YouTube channel. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Please subscribe to my channel. Zach Roloff's time on Little People, Big World has come to an end after an issue with his father, Matt Roloff, which marred previous seasons of the show. Zach was 13 years old when he made his reality TV debut alongside his family in 2006, when Little People Big World Season 1 premiered. Over 18 years later, fans have watched Zach grow from a teenager to a man with a wife, Tori, and 3 children, Jackson, Lila, and Joseph Roloff. Still, as the family's first child alongside his twin, Jeremy Roloff, Zach had a lot of expectations on his shoulders despite the family's early success on the show. Things slightly changed on Little People Big World. Amy Roloff married Chris Marek after her marriage to Matt crashed. Meanwhile, Jeremy and his wife, Audrey Roloff, left the show to concentrate on other projects. Amid these changes and exits, Zach remained committed to his father and his duties on the family farm, which he believed he would someday run. However, Zach received a rude awakening when Matt sold off parts of the farm, and now Zach and Tori have announced their exit from Little People Big World. Growing up on the Roloff farms, Zach's dream was to run the ground someday. The farm had been the family's home and source of livelihood ever since Matt acquired it in 1990, and as the firstborn, Zach had always believed he was raised to one day take over or assist in the farming operations. Also, when it became clear Matt and Amy's marriage was heading toward a divorce, Amy sold her share of the Roloff farms to Matt, with the assumption that he would one day pass the farm to one or more of their children. However, Matt surprised everyone when he put 16 acres of the farm, including their original family home, on the market without consulting any of his children. Although most of the kids were displeased with Matt's move, Zach saw this as the ultimate betrayal from his father, which started the father-son feud between Matt and Zach. Matt added insult to injury when he offered the piece of land to Zach for $4 million, a price he knew his son couldn't afford. Matt's decisions made Zach realize that, despite his servitude, his father had no intentions of giving the farm to him. After realizing that Matt had no intention of ever handing over the farm, Zach's relationship with his father worsened. Their feud spilled over to social media in 2020 when Zach called out his father for manipulating the narrative, after Matt weirdly blamed his sons for being the reason he sold part of the farm. After Matt's antics, Zach understood that his family's future lay elsewhere, and he subsequently relocated his wife Tori and their children Jackson, Lila, and Joseph to a spacious property in Battleground, Washington, where the family could do their own projects. Zach's decision to leave the Roloff farms hurt whatever was left of his relationship with Matt. His father became an insignificant part of the family's lives, and many of their father and son interactions relied on Matt's desire to remain in contact with his grandchildren. In addition to the tension between them, the family's move to Washington also meant Zach and his family gradually became less involved in the show. Zach's eventual announcement that he and his family would be leaving Little People Big World might have been shocking, but it was also expected, as his relationship with Matt never got better. Since Matt and Zach's fallout, it seemed like they would never reconcile. Matt tried to appease Zach when he bought his son a lawnmower, noting, "Maybe the mower can help begin that process of saying, hey, let's move on." Although Zach appreciated the gift, he didn't mince words, explaining the gesture didn't do much to change their tense relationship. With their estranged relationship running close to 4 years, Zach sat down during the Little People Big World Season 25 finale to address the future for him, and Matt. Zach has moved on from trying to make amends with Matt, noting that the ship had sailed on reconciliation plans, and they don't have much of a relationship anymore. Instead of trying to mend fences, Zach is focused on doing his own thing and caring for his family. However, While time might even things out between Matt and Zach, and they might one day find healing, Zach believes their relationship will never be the same. While the Roloff farm's outdoor lifestyle was a big part of Zach's childhood, it won't be for his children. Zach spent the better part of his adulthood playing second fiddle to his father, Matt, hoping he could one day take over the Roloff farms. However, since realizing Matt had no intentions of handing it over, Zach has taken steps to leave his father's shadow and carve out his own identity. Zach's first move was to relocate his family to Washington, where they could get a fresh start as a family and try things away from his father. In February, Zach and Tori launched their podcast titled Raising Heights. Zach and Tori's podcast has been a massive hit with Little People, Big World fans. During one of their first episodes, the couple mentioned their plans to exit the show. Before moving, Zach coached competitive youth soccer teams in Oregon and participated in several international dwarf soccer tournaments. Seeing him lacing his boots again in Washington wouldn't be surprising. After spending significant parts of the last 18 years as one of the main characters on Little People Big World alongside his father, Zach hopes to spend the next years making a name for himself outside the show. Little People Big World Season 25. Cast guide. Little People Big World Season 25 recently premiered, and viewers are eager to catch up with the cast of the long-running show, which provides an intimate look into the lives of the Roloff family. Initially, the series focused on the marriage of Amy Roloff and her former husband, Matt Roloff. However, as time went on, the couple divorced and embarked on new relationships. While the Roloff children, Zach, Jeremy, Jacob, and Molly, have all made appearances on the show, the current narrative primarily centers around Zach Roloff, his wife Tori Roloff, and their 3 children. Little People Big World has chronicled the Roloff family's journey through substantial transformations over the years. The challenges of Amy and Matt's troubled marriage were particularly tough on their children, making their eventual divorce a positive step for everyone involved. As Little People Big World enters its 25th season, Matt and Amy will face new tests in their relationship. Meanwhile, Zach and Tori grapple with significant family issues and confront a moment of crisis related to Zach's health. Read on for information about the full cast. Amy Roloff starred in Little People Big World for almost 15 years. Fans have embraced Amy for her resilience showcased throughout 22 seasons. Raising 4 children on the Roloff farm presented its unique challenges, but undoubtedly, Amy's most challenging experience on reality television unfolded during the end of her marriage with Matt. Amy and Matt were married from 1987 to 2016, after which she met and married Chris Merrick. In 2007, Amy started her own business, Amy Roloff Enterprises, overseeing a range of her business endeavors, including her online baking business, Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen, and her authorial pursuits. Matt Roloff, a farmer, author, entrepreneur, and motivational speaker, divorced his wife of almost 30 years, Amy, and is now dating his girlfriend, Karen Chandler. Like his ex-wife and his son, Zach, Matt has a form of degenerative dwarfism. In 1990, the Roloffs bought a fixer-upper farmhouse in Oregon, which now features pumpkins, a pirate ship on a lake, a 3-story treehouse, a full-size medieval castle, and more. Though Matt claims he left Amy because they grew apart, fans speculate that he cheated on her with his now girlfriend, Karen, who worked for him at the farm when he was married to Amy. Little People Big World star Zach Roloff recently underwent an urgent surgery to address a persistent health issue. A fixture on the show since its debut in 2006 as one of Matt and Amy Roloff's children, the series has chronicled Zach's journey into family life, including his marriage to Tori and the birth of their 3 children: 5-year-old Jackson, 3-year-old Lila, and 10-month-old Joza. Unfortunately, just days before the premiere of Season 25 of Little People Big World, Zach found himself hospitalized following the aforementioned emergency surgery. Tori Roloff of Little People. Big World met and married Zach while filming the show, and their journey expanded to include the arrival of their 3 children, Jackson, Lila, and Joza. As the matriarch of her family on the TLC reality series, Tori has openly shared the highs and lows of her journey, from the early stages of her relationship with Zach to the challenges she has encountered in parenthood. Little is known about Tori before she met Zach, but she has revealed that she was once a kindergarten teacher. Emmy's second husband, 60-year-old Chris Merrick, is a seasoned realtor with over 20 years of experience. His LinkedIn page indicates a tenure at a Portland, Oregon-based real estate agency since 2010. Prior to entering the real estate field, Chris pursued studies at Portland State University and Clackamas Community College. Chris met Amy at a blind dating event in 2017. Soon after she separated from her ex-husband, Matt. The couple got engaged in 2019 and tied the knot in 2021. Matt and Amy finalized their divorce in 2016, but Karen Chandler was a part of Little People, Big World long before their marriage came to an end. Karen had spent over a decade working on the Roloff's pumpkin farm, initially as a farm manager, before being promoted to Matt's assistant. The close relationship between Karen and her employer had been a topic of suspicion among fans in the years leading up to Matt and Amy's breakup. Speculation arose that Matt may have been unfaithful with Karen, though neither of the Little People, Big World stars has admitted to any wrongdoing. Little People. Big World star Jackson Roloff is the oldest son of Zach and Tori Roloff. Born with achondroplasia, a form of dwarfism that results in bowed legs due to a shorter stature, the 5-year-old had to undergo leg surgery last season. Concerned about the outward curvature of Jackson's legs, his parents had been in consultation with doctors to monitor and address his condition. After his surgery, Jackson had some trouble adjusting, but eventually got back to doing his favorite activities, like riding his scooter and helping Zach in the backyard like several members of her family. Lila Roloff of Little People. Big World lives with achondroplasia, a form of dwarfism characterized by shortened limbs and severe health complications. 3-year-old Lila's health has been a recurring theme in recent seasons of Little People, Big World. Lila was late achieving developmental milestones, struggled with being underweight, and has strabismus, an eye condition that requires her to sometimes wear a patch. Eventually, Lila made progress by learning to walk with the assistance of a walker. Then on her own in April 2022, Zach and Tori of Little People, Big World, happily shared that their newest addition, Jojo Luke Roloff, had arrived. 3 weeks after welcoming their 3rd child, Zach and Tori confirmed that Joza shares the same diagnosis of achondroplasia as his older siblings. In a conversation with the couple, explained their decision to publicly disclose their son's condition and stressed the importance of recognizing that Joza's diagnosis does not define his identity. I continue my own contemplation on the voyeurism involved in the entire enterprise of reality television, a massive spectacle of drama and pain and argument and invasion, with a little joy sprinkled over, that viewers watch completely dissociated from the complex humans inside the simplistic characters they see on TV. He wrote, yet there is no inherent causal connection between reality television production and childhood trauma. We are still sprinting ahead with the enterprise deaf, dumb, and blind, asking for forgiveness later, instead of asking harder preliminary questions of ourselves. The profits were indeed sweet, Jacob continued. The actual experience was more complicated. Roloff also wrote that he questions how wise it is to let children appear on reality television, and refused to place any blame on his family, while all fault lies with the predator. I am certain that this is a positive moment for me, and another step toward a brighter future, he concluded. I love you forever and always, Jacob, his mother commented. I'm proud of you. Now you don't have to feel alone and carry this around anymore. It goes without saying that I am incredibly proud of my husband right now. Roloff's wife, Isabel, wrote on her Instagram stories TLC was just informed about an alleged encounter that occurred years ago involving a third party connected to the production of Little People Big World, the network said in a statement to Today. We are saddened and troubled by this very serious allegation, and TLC will work cooperatively with the authorities. Our main focus remains on supporting the Roloff family during this very difficult time. Roloff Farms property agent talks, selling the Little People, Big World setting real estate agents know that repping a famous client comes with its fair share of pros and cons. But when the property itself is a celebrity in its own right, that's a whole other story. Just ask July Martin, the principal broker for Oregon-based boutique agency Luvix. Martin's newest listing, a 5,400 square foot farmhouse on roughly 16 acres known as Roloff Farms, has served as a setting for the hit reality show Little People, Big World for more than 20 years. Matt Roloff, star of the popular TLC series, soon to be entering its 22nd season, is selling the 5-bedroom, 6-bathroom homestead where he and ex-wife, Amy Roloff, raised their 4 children. Part of the process is you have to be as transparent as possible to reduce the noise and clutter. Martin says recently sat down with the luxury specialist and former comedian to discuss Roloff Farms and the particulars of listing a famous property. Her responses have been edited for clarity. I think people feel personally connected to this home in a way that is different from just a property that they see as a piece of real estate. They feel like the house itself is a character that they've come to know over the 20-year history of this show. There's already a heightened emotional connection that makes it feel like home because it's been in people's living rooms. They've been sipping hot chocolate and eating their popcorn, engaging with this property in a completely unique way. Well, maybe the same thing.